We're going to head over the bridge here. It's a drawbridge. There's sailboats and other taller craft that have slips upriver here in the Black River. Just passing the Stanley Johnson Memorial Park. And over here on the right is the Michigan Maritime Museum, and it is fantastic. If you're ever over here, you got to check that out. It's inexpensive for going for the tour. It's great. And here you go. Here's the captain. Here's Captain Louis. Captain Lou's going to get fresh seafood. Here's the drawbridge. All right, looking upriver. Oh, sort of. Up at the dots. We're going to go along the wharf here, or the quay. And they had executive slips along here. Some people's boats are already up out of the water. They should all be by now. Most of these slips will be vacant right now this time of year. You can see. And then we're getting into the old town here. Built right on the river. You're looking up the street here to the left of the old movie theater. The Michigan Theater right there. Some old ghost signs in the old part of town. Here's the old harbor. Looking along this part of South Haven. Yacht Club straight ahead. Clementine's is down the street here on the left. And right here's the Yacht Club. Doesn't look too clubby today. When we were here last time, there were millions of dollars worth of craft all right there, to say the least. A couple people have elevated lifts on the other side in their slips. You can see they have their boats up out of the water about 7 or 8 foot high. Well, there's a nice sport fisherman straight ahead right there. He's sitting up high and dry. Yep. Take a closer look at those when we come back. It's a little lighter. You can see the screws on the back of those boats. All right, here on the top of the hill, this is the American Legion. There's their howitzer right there, making guard over the bay, the inlet. It's an inlet, all right. Many people get married out here, have weddings out here frequently. I was a witness to one many years ago. And since then, both those folks have deceased. But we had the signing right there in that building. We signed the paperwork and that little settle right there, and walked out onto the pier and had the ceremony out here. It was pretty cool. Not as high as I would have expected them yet, but we're going to be here for a little while. There's 6-footers coming in, but we also have half the wind. A couple hours it's not going to look like this. I'll be right back. Well, again, you can see the waves. They're breaking over the pier on the end. It's 6.5 feet from the water level to the edge, the top edge of the deck of the pier, and so those waves out there are washing over it and down it. But we need to see the ones that are going to be produced here within the next couple of hours. And we shall be here to see that. I looked at the National Weather Service before I left, and it was gaining and increasing past what they said yesterday. Now, there's supposed to be 20 footers plus out mid-lake and 12 to 16 footers from Pentwater, Ludington, all the way down to St. Joseph. It does peter out a little bit once it passes here, but they're still going to have 8 to 10 footers down there. And they say 40 knot plus winds. And right now the winds are only blowing at about 25 knots. A knot is 1.15 miles per hour. So add 15%. If you're going 100 knots, you're going 115 miles an hour. All that nautical and aeronautical stuff. There's a nice breaker on the end of the pier. That's what we're looking for. There's some more. Look at this. They're rippling all the way down. Let's go up on the. Let's go up here on the ridge and take a look. Be right back. Okay, here's a person down here walking on the beach. You can see the rollers coming in. They're about 40 or 50 feet from the edge of the water. I'll hold my hands over these mics again. It is a little windy. There's what it looks like from here. They do have the snow fences up down there on the main part of the beach. And again, about where these waves are breaking right here, okay, that's where it'll all be ice, frozen ice. You walk out on there all the way out past that 2 or 3 times the distance. Sometimes we've been able to walk all the way on the ice around and out around the end of the lighthouse and everything around the other side and come up on the north shore on the beach over there. Yep. All right, we're gonna go sit out for a little bit and come back. This should look a lot different. Call that number 3. Okay, folks, I know you can see those bright lights there in the center of the video. Now that's the old Palisades nuclear power plant. It is now under new ownership, and they are going to be restarting that plant. It's been shut down for a number of years. They used to have some maintenance issues there. It has quite a history of maintenance issues, but supposedly they have a license now to install several smaller reactors that are more efficient than running the larger single reactor in the facility. And it sounds like it's a heck of a good idea, and they're going to be doing it. There is hundreds of millions of dollars involved, and so forth. Now, just over to the right of that facility, along the south part of the beach, because as you can see, it's right on the beach of Lake Michigan. Back in there, just a little ways, and they say within about 100 meters of the beach are the toxic nuclear waste storage casks. And the nuclear waste that comes out of that plant is stored in those casks. And they're hardened cement and steel, setting like 6 packs of pop side by side. They just look like 6 packs lined up. And they're very large. They're probably, I don't know, 15 feet across, 12, 15 feet across, and probably about, 12 or 15 feet tall. They look like a big pop can. And one day they claim that those will be removed, but there are a lot of people very worried about what happens if they were to leak, or they're only 100 yards roughly from the lake. And they claim that they're so strong that you can hit them with a direct hit from all kinds of things, huge, an airplane, anything, and it won't affect them. And so they're hardened, they call it. But and of course, you know, radioactivity radioactivity contained within them Scares some people, but you know, there it is, and it's been there for a long time, and they're going to fire that place back up. It's supposed to be the only nuclear power plant in the United States that has been shut down, and then somebody say like bought or whatever and restarted. None of the other ones has ever taken place like that. So we'll see where this goes. Sorry about not being able to pronounce radioactivity correctly. It's early. We'll see you in part number 2 from this ridge. All right.